Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. And today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Scaramouche. Scaramouche did not know much about your past, and although he has told you some about his, that was a little bit essential, considering you don't always get the chance to meet someone who is past 400 years old. So, it was kind of necessary. But as for you, you didn't leave him to wonder about many things. And whenever something would come to his mind, he would ask. But it seemed like you were too good at hiding things. Because only now did it come to his mind to ask if someone had hurt you before. It was a question that has circled through his mind this week, and he had no idea how to approach it until he had accidentally raised his voice while telling you something, and saw the way you shrunk back in fear, then tried to go on like nothing happened. But then he held your hand, stopping you. Mayan, did someone hurt you before? You don't. There's something off. I don't know the signs or anything, but I can tell. Am I scaring you then? If it's not that, then I need to understand, Mayan. But you gave him a sad look, nervous and not really knowing what to say. It's complicated, Scaramouche, and I'm willing to listen. He told you, holding your hand, and the two of you sat down, you telling him about your past, your trauma, and the story of it all, and he listened patiently, something you didn't really expect from him, but were surprised to see nonetheless, and happy about it. And then he held you in his arms, stroking your hair. He wasn't sure what to say. If anything, his blood was boiling that someone had done this to you, had hurt you so much. But it was past that now, and all you needed was someone you could trust, someone who could love you like you are, and he was more than willing to be all of that for you. Tighnari. Tighnari would be able to tell with ease. After all, taking in Kale had helped him know the signs of abuse and, well, how trauma could look like in people. And you matched many descriptions. Of course, no two people could experience trauma the same way, but there were some things he picked up, and he knew that your past, whatever had happened, it wasn't very nice, and whoever you were with wasn't kind to you. So instead of asking, he would actually try to be kind, comforting, and gentle, knowing that one day when you were comfortable, you would tell him about it. He didn't want to ask and bring up uncomfortable memories, or cause you an episode or a panic attack. One time he tried doing that with Kale. It didn't end very well. Sue would be extremely patient with you. And one day, if you wanted him to know, you would tell him, and he was more than alright with waiting. And he was right about it, because with time, you started to trust him. And then one day after a particularly bad nightmare, you hugged him tightly and told him what you dreamt about. Told him what inspired those dreams. Your previous partner, who had hurt you, who had treated you like you were nothing. And towards the end, you were crying while he wiped away your tears. It's alright, Mayan. Whatever happened before is not going to repeat itself here. It's in the past now. You're alright, and I will keep you safe. Trust me on that. And you trusted him with your heart, mind, and soul. You knew he would keep you safe and that he would never hurt you. And that's what made you able to trust him so much, to love him, and to know that no matter what, he would love you unconditionally. No strings attached at all. And that's all you wanted from him. And he gave all of that and more. Xiao. Xiao was not an expert on this, but he would be able to tell with time. And it has been itching him to just ask you why you were acting so off sometimes. It would happen out of nowhere. Sometimes maybe when he moved too fast or too close to you. Sometimes when he looked angry. And some other times when he was, well, he could do many things. But seeing him be violent, even when it was not with you, it made you a little bit fearful for quite a while. And he understood. But at first he thought it was him. A lot of people feared him. And honestly, I had no idea why you picked him in the first place. He was not fit for this soft life, for relationships and love. He wasn't made for it. He wouldn't be good enough for you. But once he confronted you with it, it was a different response that he got. It's not you, Xiao. I promise you that. It's hard to explain. But I need to hear it, Wayan. I need to know. We live together now. We're part of the same heart, aren't we? Isn't that what you always tell me? And it was true. So you just sighed and told him the truth. Told him about how it was when you were a child, how your parents had hurt you, and you were still traumatized from all of that. You felt like a loser, like a weakling, not being able to get over the past, not being able to show strength and overcome what had happened. But instead of making fun of you like you expected, or telling you that you were just overreacting, Xiao held you and kissed your hair. I'm sorry, darling. What are you sorry for? I'm sorry for not knowing or understanding. I'm sorry for not being there for you enough. But I'll be better now. I promise you. Xiao, I didn't expect all of this. Well, you should expect it from now on. You know that I love you, that I would do anything for you. So of course I will try to understand. He didn't hold you tighter. You can tell me whatever you want, Wayan. Whatever bothers you or scares you. And I'll be better. For you. Please let me do that. And you hugged him, tried not to cry, and nodded into his shirt. He was truly the best person you could have ever had. And he knew all of that. And you were more than grateful for it.